Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. I was shooting a video for my internet training, I couldn't pull it together, so I thought, I'll go talk to my YouTube channel, and I know stuff's gonna come out and just flow, right? Alright, so what I wanted to talk to you today about, and this is gonna come up very much consistently in 2019 and beyond, is that we must stop looking at the outside world and people as a problem right now. Now, I did a video on your life solutions, finding the perfect life solutions. And as you know, I always do a twist on everything. It's probably never what you think it's gonna be, right? Hold on. So this one I want to do just about the outside world. Ask yourself how you're feeling. Are you feeling more negative or positive? Somebody said, why is it we're more drawn to the negativity than the positive? I'll tell you why. Because the collective consciousness is more in the negative. If it wasn't, this planet would be amazing and perfect like it can be. And it will be, and it is going into that. And in my world, it already is. But when you're part of a collective consciousness, and the majority of people are thinking negatively because they're in the ego, they've been taught that, they're taught to think the world is bad, that people are bad, because it keeps us in conflict, right? That you're always sick, and that there's always a problem, right? Well, you're part of that collective consciousness. So it appears, why are we always gravitating toward more negative than positive thinking? Because you're part of that thinking. So if you are down in a lower frequency at all, that's what you're going to pick up on. You know what, that's happening more than you realize, is that you're actually a product of the collective. But you're still getting to choose it. But a lot of us, we're blindly going into it. We're not making choices. We're just, oh, I'm having a negative thought or whatever, and you think it's yours. Yeah, it's yours because you're allowing it to take over, and you're gravitating toward it because you're choosing to believe it or watch it or listen to it or allow it to have any power over you. And that's what's happening. So the other part is that whole collective and the negativity is because that whole collective thinking negative thoughts is because the outside world's not giving them what they want. Right? So they're material based. That's a third dimension, material based, which is not true anyways, because nothing's truly solid. But that's what we believe. And so we believe everything out here is going to make us happy. And we complain about everything out there as the problem. Have you ever noticed people, but there's this, and there's this going on, and then they're there, and then the government, and blah, blah. What the hell is that? You're creating it. You're creating all of it. Why? Because you believe all of that. And by your belief, you're fueling the very thing that the collective consciousness has put into place. Nobody goes into the White House on their own. Come on, it takes an entire country to vote that person in. Can we start to take responsibility? I'm so, blah, blah, blah. Probably from a lot of people who vote that person in, right? This is what we do. We see the outside world as a problem all the time. We see other people as a problem. We see situations that happen to us as a problem. Nothing happens to you. Everything is programmed, created, and deprogrammable. In other words, in advance, you can decide what's going to happen, and you can always change your mind. If you decide to kill yourself, you can get out of a situation that you thought you were going to master when you came here. And guess what? You are not going to get out of it. So don't even go into that space. Please don't go into that space. Oh boy, you want to keep coming back to this? You're going to come back not in as a nice a situation. Why? Because it's going to challenge you more and say, you are not grateful for what you had. You could have changed anything. Let's go back and do that again. Not in a nasty or punishment kind of way. We're here to evolve. When you look at the outside world as a problem, when you complain, when you criticize, when you judge, You absolutely are going into the third dimension. You're creating negativity. You're staying there. You're creating your own problems. You're creating your own negativity. You're creating a reality that is negative for you. You're finding something a problem? Time to work on you. Time to work on you. This outside world is going to present all kinds of opportunities for you to become amazing. That's all it is. So can you look at everything and say to yourself, oops, there's a challenge. There's a challenge. There's a challenge. There's my growth opportunity. My growth opportunity. I was criticizing. Here's my growth opportunity. I saw this. We're in a matrix. Imagine this isn't real. Because in essence, in a way, it really isn't, because it changes. We can switch in and out of realities and dimensions all the time. So what's real? There isn't any one real thing. Total expansion creation's real. Total love is real. So you can switch in and out of stuff. So when you start to think of something different, you've switched into another reality. You literally have switched into another reality. You are no longer the person who's thinking of that negatively. Now your frequency went up. So you stop yourself and you say, what's my growth opportunity here? Wow, I'm seeing this outside world that I believe is real as a problem. And I'm part of what's creating it. In fact, I'm part of what's fueling what I think is a problem. When I stop thinking that as a problem and I say, this is why I came here. Because we don't want to live like that anymore. And it's not about the things and the situations, the people. It's about the frequency. I just need to raise my frequency. Right? I told you, you can manifest money from a low frequency. That will keep the world in a dense place. Because then greed and corruption comes from the lower density manifestation of wealth. Same thing with poverty. If you can be on a high frequency and be broke because you may have evolved spiritually, but you want to experience being broke. Maybe it's what you chose to break through, to master, and you go to this higher frequency, and then you're broke. But somebody says, how can you be broke in a high frequency? Because you're choosing it. For whatever reason you need it. We don't have all those answers, but just remember this. It's not like you go into La La Land. You experience La La Land. But the outside world could still be giving you what you desire and what you ordered in advance in order to meet certain people, experience certain situations, do certain things. Look at Mother Teresa. Jeez, look at the situation she lived in. She wasn't wealthy. She served a higher purpose, but she was down here with some big challenges. But she was still in that high frequency. She wasn't living in a mansion. She didn't order that in this lifetime. She came through. She came through with what she came to do. And I'm sure she was probably a tough bird. But she was a loving, giving person. She saw the beauty in everyone. Amazing, right? Can you do that? That high frequency is not always connected to what you're seeing going on in that person's physical world, because there are things that we don't understand that they ordered and needed. You could have a high frequency person who still gets ill and dies. Look at Dolores Cannon. She was in her 80s, but you know, it's like people like Abraham Hicks' husband died. You know, he had some kind of an illness. And everybody's like, well, wait a second, you guys are on high frequencies, heal yourself. Maybe that was his planned exit, to leave her on her own. So we think, oh, well, they're not enlightened because he got sick and died. No. We don't have those answers. So don't judge that, because when you judge that, then you're going into that negative space that there's a problem there. How about I just don't understand it as a human? And you can heal yourself. And you can stay in an illness and learn from it and say, what am I supposed to learn from this? I just did a video with you guys. It's like, I have to read this because I have so many videos that am I looking for something as my life solution? All right? This is what I need now. Do I want to change it? Or do I want to expand on it? What must I learn here with what I need now in order to go into that higher frequency? Because until I learn, because I'm here in this exact situation for a reason, what do I need to learn here? Need. Positive N word this year. What must I learn here? And then I'll stop looking to life for solutions. I'm going to be in this space of peace. And then this problem dissolves. It's no longer needed. It's no longer necessary. Oh, I don't see myself as that broke person. I don't see myself as the damaged person. I don't see myself as somebody who has any issues. I'm grateful for what I have. I'm so grateful for what I have. Gosh, I got up this morning and I saw that it was all cloudy. I was in my cozy bed and I said, oh, I better release another video. Somebody might be having their coffee waiting for my daily video. I actually keep a laptop next to my bed so that I can release stuff for you guys. And I usually am up much earlier, and I thought, no, I'm going to stay in bed. I'm just going to get on here, release this video, and just lay there. And I thought, thank you. Thank you. This is amazing. Because you know what? Life's going to always throw challenges at you because we're always here to evolve. There's so much we have to learn. So much. Let's accelerate that. And I laid there and I thought, this is that moment. This is a moment where there's nothing to ever concern myself about. I've got you guys out there. You got your video. You got your video. They're happy. I'm laying here. I'm going to go down and have my coffee, shoot more videos. I'm going to work on my websites and my next lesson for you called One Big Thing. Breakthrough Fear. Go to Landria.com. You can sign up down here. It says landria.net. Inspiration sign up. That goes to my inspiration sign up. And shows you the classes. I'm going to create another course for you guys, a more advanced one. I love it. I love my life. I love my life. There are things I could worry about, and I do have to catch myself, and they're not real. Self-created stuff. There's always going to be remnants that show up. And like I said, you just watch it. Watch them float by. Don't react to them. So people say, well, why does this negative stuff keep coming up? I said, well, it's probably always going to come up. Stop paying attention to it. Stop putting focus on it. So here it shows up. Don't have a conversation with it. How am I going to pay my bill? I'm here right now. What can I do right now? This is what I need right now. What must I handle right now to change my situation? What must I learn right now? There's something. There is something. Now I did a video called Switch into Neutral, Shift into Neutral. If you cannot go to a higher thought, then don't try. Because it's not going to be authentic. Okay, I am abundant. And you're not feeling it. Just switch into neutral. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm a person on this planet. Neither good nor bad. Neither broke nor rich. I'm an energy that has access to every probability. That's all I am. And I chose to experience certain things here in this life. This is what I chose. Okay, I'm going to accept that. Can I be at peace with this? Can I switch into neutral? Neutral is I don't have to have an opinion either way of it. It has no real meaning. It's just part of my opportunity to evolve and experience being human. I came here to raise the frequency of the planet. What do I need to do? to do to make that happen? Well, I can't be focused on the negativity. And I certainly can't look to other people as the problem, because I have to start with me. And if I'm looking at them as the problem, then I'm the problem. Because we're all looking at each other as the problem. That's not an awakened soul. An awakened soul then has to turn back and say, wait a minute, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I have to start seeing everybody else as something beautiful that's experiencing some cray-cray stuff. How can I raise my frequency? How can I improve my life and see the world as something beautiful and not a threat to me? How can I switch into neutral when I can't get to that higher thought? How do I go to the core belief to stop this negative thinking? Because I keep going over here to the thing I want. I keep doing the 3-second manifesting, but I'm still not feeling it. Now, a lot of you are. You're going, whoa, this works. Holy cow. Why? Because you never were coming off of that negative thought. You think you want it, but you're not really switching over to that focus. You weren't really focused. It was sitting back here somewhere. Poof, poof, poof. You know how, like, you know those sand tornadoes? They hit, poof, and then they go up and they hit. Poof. That's your manifestation when you're over here worried and focused on this and the problems and why it can't happen. You come over and then you feel good. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Poof. Go back over here. Go to that core belief. Go to the core belief. All right, so I hope this was helpful. Once again, just trying to get you to realize that there's nothing out here, absolutely nothing out here that is a problem or a solution. It's all just a play for you to interact with, to learn. You get to pick and choose that. Look at where I am right now. What am I doing with this situation? This is it. This is what I was given. I chose it. Why? Because I'm supposed to learn from this. And I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not shifting. I'm not making the change. I'm staying into the focus of what I don't want. And I'm sending the message of what I don't want. And that's all the universe has to work with. It doesn't judge you. It only gives you what you are. You're deciding that. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.